The international break is finally over and January is fast approaching. Hi everybody, Gary Ward from Project Spurs. Just want to speak to you today about Tottenham's strategy, in my opinion, what I'd like to see going forward from January into the future transfer markets under Thomas Frank, Fabio Paratici and Johan Lang. Now I want to go back to several years of why I think that the way our strategy has been in the transfer market has not worked. We look at 4 players in particular: Harry Kane, Gareth Bale, Luka Modric and Heung-min Son, 3 of which were purchased for relatively small amounts of money, 1 coming through our youth development. In Harry Kane, Gareth Bale and Luka Modric, we were able to sell those players on for large sums of money, where they became world-class footballers under playing for Tottenham, and then obviously moving on to greater success. Heung-min Son recently leaving for LAFC for around 20 million. All 4 of those were brought to the club of relatively cheaply. And I believe that Tottenham's strategy from then, looking at the transfer market, was to try and replicate that as much as possible. And of course, as we all know, that hasn't succeeded. The only real silverware that we've had coming last season in probably one of our worst seasons to date, especially probably one of the worst in my recent memory. Now, I'd hope for Tottenham's strategy going forward that we do also take this into account, but we look at proven footballers that are from the continent or around the Premier League, and in fact some of the lower leagues. I want to see us looking at gaps in our squad. I still believe we need a very good midfielder that can play alongside a João Palhinha or a Bentancur. We need someone in there that can help create, can assist Javi Simmons or James Maddison, Kulusevski in that number 10. We also glaringly need a left-sided player, though Odegaard has started to improve recently. And I don't think anybody that's a Spurs fan or anywhere can deny that we need a centre-forward as well to put the ball in the net. We need to plug, quote-unquote, those holes with proven players, not only that are in the Premier League, that are also around on the continent, bring them in while also keeping that strategy of looking for these young diamonds, these young wonder kids, as we like to call them, and hope that we can progress 1 or 2 of them each season. Look at Manchester City. I'm not talking we're going to spend the money like Manchester City. However, they've had a structure and a strategy to their first team that's allowed them to go out and buy these younger players and bring them in each 1, 2, maybe each of a season. Yes, they've lost diamonds in the rough, but they have really got a great strategy, and that comes down to having a very structured and stable first team. Love to hear what your thoughts are on this as well.